Welcome back everyone. Tonight I am working on a VM18 throttle cable. I have a throttle cable, it's brand new, and I have VM18, it's also brand new. I just need to shorten the cable and attach it. First thing I want to do is disconnect the front brake, loosen the adjuster. You can pull the bottom out, squeeze the brake, pull the cable out, push the cable back in. You can pull that out. Okay. Unscrew the control and slide it off the bars. I'm gonna have to shorten this throttle cable a little bit, so I'm gonna take off the adjustable NARP on the end. Okay, now I'm going to pull the cable all the way through the housing. Now I want to put the cable through and see how long I want it. Okay, it's going to feed through here, come up here like this. Okay, so I'm going to take off about that much. I'm going to use my wire cutter and snip about 2 inches off. I'm going to clean up the end. Use a little pick to open up the inner sleeve, so that way when I push the cable back through, it'll go through nicely. I also have this little nipple on the end that I'm going to place over here. Now it looks good as new. Now I just need to feed my cable back through. This part is a little tricky. I'm thinking ahead, and I know that this cable for the car, oh, it will go through there. Sometimes it will not go through here, so you have to feed it in the other way. I'm going to feed it in backwards just to show you. Sometimes this cable won't fit through later, so you actually have to go in backwards like that. So I'm just going to do it that way, as if it didn't fit, to show you. Alright, let's put this guy, let's put the spring in, then this. Alright, slide this back in with the notch in the right location. There's also this little nipple that I'm going to put over right now. Put this like that, and then slide the throttle cable through the shortened sleeve. Okay. Alright, and there it's sticking out. This part is the tricky part. I have the throttle over here. We're going to put the cable through, and then we have to attach the NARP, and we have to know where it's going to go. On the throttle slide, there's a little hole for the NARP, and so that goes at 12, or in this case, it goes at 9 o'clock. So we can kind of bend this down and see where 9 o'clock would be. We're going to need to cut this cable right here. Sometimes when you cut it, it'll fray, so I like to put the NARP on first. Right about there. Okay. It's pretty good. Pull it out. Right about there. Okay. It's pretty good. Pull it out. You want to bring the NARP to the end of the cable, and right at the end, that's where you want to tighten it. Okay. You can use the pliers to hold the NARP. And then tighten it down. Now that the NARP is attached, put it in your throttle tube. Okay. And then put it in the throttle and make sure that it is indeed long enough. If you can see it, the cable has just a little bit of play, which I like. The cable has just a little play, which I like. That way you know the slide isn't going to be stuck open. Unscrew this, it'll take up the play at the throttle. Okay. If you have the control too far in, your handlebar end will hit the grip and it won't be smooth. So put it in all the way and then slide it out just a little. You can always adjust this later as well. Now reattach the front brake cable. Put the cable in. Slide your stop in. Put the adjuster back in the brake. Reattach the bottom. Tighten your adjuster. There you go, that's all it takes to hook up a new cable for your car. I have a little bonus for you. I'm going to hook up the fuel line using this 90-degree filter that I absolutely love. First, you can buy this on Amazon. I buy it by 10 feet and I actually go through it pretty quickly. It's this really nice, I think it's called Tygon, and it doesn't get hard. So I really like that. First thing we need to do is make a really small coupler because I want this thing right up close. There's one side. The next side's gonna go right up there. So just cut it off. Put the long side on this part. Okay. You can slide this on your petcock now. Perfect. Now just feed this to the carb. Okay. So right about there. Cut it off. Alright, now your fuel line is hooked up. It's not rubbing on the clutch cable because of that nice 90-degree angle. I hope this video helped you with throttle cables. I will put a link to the throttle cable and the NARP. I'll also put a link to the little 90-degree fuel filter. Thanks again.